Hi, everyone. I am joined by Omari Jones, fresh off his first career victory and getting ready to get back into the ring April 12 on the undercard of the Jaron Ennis Eimantis Stanionis welterweight title unification fight. We'll get into all that. I know you're going to be an interested observer as a welterweight yourself, but you're going to need some time and seasoning to reach that level. Let's talk about that first career fight, first pro victory. It was over in 2 rounds, but it was very impressive. What was your assessment of the performance?
I felt during my performance on March 15th that I felt I did great. He was a veteran, had just, about 20 fights, and that's someone that we chose for a reason. And he came to fight. The first round he came out aggressive, but I just took the time to get the data on him, and that's when I just, started letting my hands go.
Obviously, you have the amateur pedigree, 2024 bronze medalist for the United States. But what was it like being in a pro fight? Any different than your amateur days?
I really didn't feel any different, to be honest. I feel like coming from the Olympic background that it gave me the preparation that I needed to prepare for moments like this. And it was a special moment, debuting in my hometown, Orlando.
At 22 years old, the future is looking bright for you. You're back in there in short order, uh, about a 5 week turnaround. How active do you want to be in 2025? When the year is said and done, how many fights do you want under your belt?
I say I will want about 5 fights up under my belt by the time the new year hits. As you can see, Eddie, he he was excited to announce me on April 12th, just 4 weeks after my last fight, and I told him let's do it. So that was something that me and him talked about prior to. He said he want to get me 5 fights by the end of this year, and I said let's do it.
So I have to ask you, what's the next date after April 12th? I'm already sure it's on your calendar.
It may be. We'll shoot for something like May or June, hopefully.
Gotcha. So no vacations this year. That's what it sounds like. You're going to be in the gym all year round.
Yeah, we wanna stay busy. I love being in the gym is something that I love. So for me to bounce back to get another fight, it's no problem.
Now, let's not get too ahead of ourselves, but how soon do you think you're going to be ready to challenge the top creme de la creme of the 147-pound division, the top 10 guys, top 15 guys, former world champions, former world title challengers? How soon do you think that could happen? Considering the conversations you've had with Eddie Hearn.
Well, right now I feel like my thing is just still getting my experience in a professional game. I'm still learning the professional game. I feel like my skill level is ready for a lot of guys right now, but they would they will want to get a young me right now. So I'm smart enough to not take those certain fights at the moment. I'm not turning anybody down because I'm a fighter at the end of the day. But it's just certain fights that we're gonna just take our time with. And whenever I feel like it's time, and whenever my team feel like it's time, and Matchroom feel like it's time, then we'll take that next step. But until then, I'm gonna keep getting experience up under my belt.
So why Matchroom? Why Eddie Hearn? Why did you choose them out of all the other major promoters to guide you and build your career? What do you think separates them from the rest?
Well, I feel like Matchroom, just from like looking at their cards from a distance, even when I was an amateur, I'm like, wow, first thing, they stay busy all the time. They make a lot of the big fights happen. And staying active is the most important thing. I like telling the story about after my Olympic fight, when Eddie Hearn approached me and he texted me through Instagram, and he basically met me the next day right after my fight at the Olympic Games in Paris. So it just showed that he wanted me to be a part of Matchroom more than anybody else, and I believe that they can make me a superstar.
Were there conversations with other promoters? Were you kind of like tossing and turning about which direction to go, or was it Matchroom all the way?
Yeah, I feel like from I told Eddie, of course, after the fact, that from his first impression, I pretty much knew who I wanted to before any other promoters came to me. But it was a lot of other promoters that came to me, and it was kind of a coin toss, and it was a kind of I kind of was debating on if I wanted to go back to LA 2028 as well, just considering the fact that it's a home game. But uh, that's another 4 years that I will have to wait. And I believe that the mission and the plan that we have in place, that I'll be getting to where I want to be in no time.
I guess since we're talking about 2028, do you think you could, instead of being an Olympic gold medalist at 2028, do you think you'd be a world champion by 2028?
I believe so. I would just ask the question about when do I think? I said 2030, just just giving myself some time, just not the rush anything, but I believe it can happen sooner than that as well.
And you're on the undercard of Jaron Ennis, who's long been pegged as the next face of boxing in the USA. Certainly, this fight could help him further solidify that kind of a spot. But considering your Olympic pedigree and the fact that you came through the amateur ranks in a different way, what do you think makes you the next face of American boxing?
I honestly just feel like I took the long route going through the Olympic Games, a lot of heartbreaks, a lot of ups and downs. I've been through a lot of the challenges, and I fought the best of the best day in and day out. So, for this to happen, for me to be the next superstar, I feel like Matchroom is doing a great job at that. So, trusting them, and then of course just my work ethic as well. I feel like I have a great team, and we're gonna go to great places. The way I act, the way I carry myself, I feel like all of those attributes together, I can be the next superstar.
And we're on the topic of just, we're a few days removed from the Olympics officially being back into boxing, the boxing officially being back in the Olympics in 2028. How does that make you feel?
Man, it makes me feel amazing. I'm just glad my sport is back. It was talks about it being gone, but I would just kind of like boxing was one of the first sports, in 1908 to be in the Olympic Games. So it's like for that to be taken out, it's kind of like it was kind of, disrespectful to the sport because of, how long it's been in the game. But I'm just happy that it's back, and I'm happy for my USA teammates as well that they get another opportunity to and for athletes over the world to go after their dreams.
So, who should we look out to on the 2028 team? Your American comrades that you came up with. Who call your shot now? Who's going to medal in 2028?
I'm gonna go with my guy Raheem Gonzalez, Jamal Harvey, and some of my other folks that was prior Olympians with me, the females. Like I said, Jahira Gonzalez, Morel, um, and Jennifer. So that's a good solid five. So hopefully they go ahead and qualify first, not get too ahead of themselves, and then go on, punch their ticket, and go ahead and get that gold medal.
And when being an Olympian is going to be a part of your resume throughout the rest of your career, how proud was it for you to be a United States Olympian?
And it was one of the best moments of my life, the best moment of my life, just to see myself on that podium, and my family in the crowd, the fans in the crowd, my team in the crowd, and just living out the dream that I wrote down and prayed about for a very long time. So right now, nothing has topped that moment. So I'm just proud that I was able to represent my country and bring home a medal.
And you've been staying busy. You also graduated college in December. What do you plan on doing with your degree?
Well, um, right now, just still like catering stuff to my business, like my Dollar Plus Dream business, which is my clothing brand. And I just recently wrote a book called The Journey of an Olympian. So just using my school stuff for things like that. And I'll probably be taking a step back from school just because of how busy I'm going to get. And I'm definitely fine with that because I feel like I did enough. Now my mission is just to box and continue to inspire the youth.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Got you. Yeah, so my clothing brand started in 2018 in high school. It's called Dollar and a Dream. And it's definitely been building and has become a lifestyle brand that people love and enjoy. It was sold at my fights. Um, and yeah, it's just to inspire people that you can, you know, start with nothing and turn your life into something.
Can we expect for your ring attire to be inspired by your clothing brand moving forward?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you saw my Orlando Magic trunks, it was Dollar Plus Dream at the bottom on the back, not the trunks, but on the jacket. So a lot of that stuff for sure is inspired around it.
We're from different eras. I grew up watching Shaq and Penny. Who were your favorite players uh, on the Magic growing up?
Growing up, I liked Jameer Nelson and Dwight Howard. That was like the LeBron and Dwayne Wade for me. You know, the alley hoops and all of that. So yeah, man, the Magic had their time when they went to the finals and against the Lakers, but that was that was about all we did since from what I seen.
Well, as a Laker fan, I apologize. The 7-year-old version of you probably was sad back in the day.
Right.
Um, but I also want you to wear your commentary hat right now. Let's break down the main event, April 12th, Jaron Ennis versus Eimantis Stanionis. How do you see this fight going?
I honestly feel like it's going to be a back and forth battle. Stanionis, he comes with pressure, but I know that Jaron Ennis doesn't shy away from pressure. He can. I feel like Jaron Ennis can do it all. Switch hitter, uh, get on the inside, walk you down. He's a great boxer. I don't think he shows that enough. But I definitely feel like he's gonna have to show that this fight just due to the pressure that Stanionis brings. And I see Jaron Ennis winning by unanimous decision or majority.
Gotcha. So you think this is a somewhat of a 50-50 fight?
Yeah, but I'm definitely favoring Ennis for sure, just because styles make fights. Like I said, Stanionis, he's gonna come with the pressure, and I think Jaron is just gonna have to get in his boxing bag a little bit more.
And last one from me, how do you plan on stealing the show?
I plan on still in the show by just continuing to stick to the game plan. Whenever we get our opponent set, uh, you know, just use my speed and some of the stuff that you seen in my last fight. But I'm just ready to put on. I guess they have to see April 12th. I can't really I can't really spoil it. They'll just have to wait and see April 12th.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Congratulations on kickstarting the journey in fantastic fashion, and looking forward to seeing what the rest of 2025 looks like for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.